We just got a taste of the film. And we actually got a long. You submitted, I think, an hour.
Yeah.
Festival.
Yeah. And because the problem with this one is everybody loves Mo so much that every time I just start getting stuff together, someone else comes out of the woodwork and says, I want to be a part of this too. She means the most to me. So, yeah, there's lots of fans.
So it's very demanding to edit.
In a fun way. You get to spend a lot of time with her.
Well, when did so this is a long-term inspiring relationship, is my understanding.
Yeah, we've known each other for how long?
10 years.
Yeah.
10 years.
10 years.
Yeah, she's the keeper of the time.
Yes.
And a mentor, I heard.
Yeah.
Didn't you use the word?
No,
Well,
I think Caroline is more the teacher. And,
I think she's more the mischief.
Yes, or the cheerleader. Or something. Yeah. But we've all benefited by the relationships.
And you just decided it was time to document it?
Yeah, like I think every time people meet Mo, they're like blown away and they just love her. And every time I meet people who know her, they just love her. And she's one of my favourite people to share and one of my favourite things to talk about. So I was like, not everyone gets a Mo. And everyone should have a Mo. Like, it should be standard issue at birth. Everyone should get a Mo. So, that says, yeah, do it. Why wouldn't you do it?
You decided to share your Mo.
I share my Mo.
But also, I think now is a time where aging is out in the public. And people are not having to wear the mantle of age. They can change their life and they can be maybe younger or start a new career. They can become artists. And so I think really that's a part of why this is happening right now.
And the artwork's incredible.
Oh my
God. Just the
God.
little taste you give.
Her artwork's so great. And the other thing was, I worked in one of the places that had her first art showing, and I would see people come in and they would see, well, you could probably speak to more about how you do your art, but it's usually something that you're struggling with, that you want to find a solution to, and you find it through your art.
Exactly. Which I think most artists, that's how they work through their emotional or maybe even physical situations.
And I would see people come in and fall in love with an art piece for a specific reason, like it would give them an answer they needed, or they knew someone who needed that piece right away. And she did it to me once. She'd created this really beautiful piece, and I really loved the piece, and I used to look at it all the time at work because it was right near where I worked. And she made it into a card after my brother died, and she sent it to me. And she said she'd been beating herself up because, you know, when you mean to send something to someone and you just don't, and you don't, and you don't. Anyway, the day that it arrived in the mail, I was driving home and I pulled up at home and I heard my brother's voice, and he died very young, say to me, he died like the month before, "It's all right. I'm safe. I'm home. I've arrived." And I got out of the car and I opened the mailbox, and there was a card from Mo that was her artwork, and the artwork's called "I'm Home, I've Arrived." It was exactly the same words. Like, and so many people have those stories about Mo's artwork they have these stories that they've, you know, these synchronicities and stuff with her artwork. So I wanted to share that too.
Those are not my original words. That's right. We all share them. They're in the universe.
It was a quote from someone.
Yes. Chuchek Nong, whatever, but I don't know how to pronounce his name. Poor man. He's so popular with that name. Yeah.
All right, well, we have time. The lights are on. Go ahead and throw out questions. And just shout them out if you've got them.
I love this idea of working through a problem, which is inspiring you to get to the next level with a project. That's very exciting.
Yes, I mean, one of my problems is being a woman. One of the collages I worked through was anger. So in a society that is run by men in many ways, anger is accepted in the male community, but it is not in the women. You know, be nice or whatever. And so I never really did talk therapy, but working art is therapy. or art. It maybe art is more transformational, but there is definitely benefits from it.
So I think in the trailer it said you started at 65,
Yes.
but was this always something in you that you just didn't pursue until?
Not really. As a young person, I was the oldest of 7. There was no validation of any kind of art as when we were growing up, and but I was lucky enough in my work career in corporate to work for architects, and I think it helped my aesthetic values. And then I left that and I opened up a flower shop where we were dealing with high-end weddings. And there again, it was promoting a value of fine things, or looking at objects, looking at landscapes, and learning to appreciate them. And that is a transferable skill into being a collage artist. And I started with cut and paste collage, and I got frustrated with the sizing, and that was the reason I went to digital collage and I studied Photoshop. That's why of this timing. And I was 65 or something like that at Santa Monica College, and all the other students were 17, 18 years old. And they already knew the software, and so they were able to help me get through the class. But like I said, I took it 5 times, and all I needed to do was to bribe them with some M&Ms and sandwiches and Coca-Cola, and I wasn't above that. So it was a made in heaven. It was made in heaven.
And I remember Mo saying that she felt like she did badly and she needed to do it the 5 times to get to where she needed to get to. But I interviewed her teacher, who's an incredible artist in her own right, for the documentary, and she said she was great the first time she took it and she just got better, and that in every class, every student loved Mo. Like, she was the inspiration for everybody.
But I remember saying to this one 16-year-old student something about, well, if I can't keep the work on the computer today, this is it. And he said to me, as we've heard before, there is no try. There's only and I kept it on there, and I proceeded. But it was in relationship with the Artist's Way too. The Artist's Way is a program where you have to commit to something each week, and with that commitment and the learning, that was the key. That was the key.
So you started at 65 with your art, and obviously there was a lot of things that influenced you to do it, but was there like a single moment where you were like, I can't wait anymore, I have to do this? Like, was there an influence that you had this moment in your mind where you were like, I'm going to do this, and I need to do this?
Not really that I can recall. The switch that you're talking about was really that was eventually that I can do this, because before that I didn't have the tools. But once I did, and once I got in a flow, that was I think that is what carries artists on.
What do you think caused that change?
Here again, I think a lot of it was the Artist's Way. You had to commit, say, every week to something. So I would say, the first day I would say 1 collage, then the second week I might say 2, then I would say 3 or something. And so it just was so satisfying. And it also taught me, or because of it, I believe, I learned to complete the work instead of, which I think before I was sort of leaving everything, halfway down or whatever, and not really completing it. But that has been a tremendous change in my work, is completing it no matter what, even if I didn't really think it was the best thing I ever did.
And we would have art shows at revolving art shows in the bookstore we had the Artist's Way in, and so we decided to do a collective from all the artists at the Artist's Way, and Mose was her art was so popular in that collective art show that she said she could do her own solo art show there, and they have like really renowned artists come in and do their shows there, and hers was the most successful show they'd had to date at the time.
That is true.
So, and you were, how old were you when you had the first that artist show?
I don't know. They're all such big numbers, but it's like, I think it was 70 or 70, yeah, probably in my 70s, early 70s.
And through this documentary, we see her prepping for the one that she's going to have on her 80th birthday.
Mm-hmm.
But then we
Now I'm 81.
Okay.
but we don't know whether that. You can't say whether that art show went ahead or not because you'll spoil the documentary.
Okay, good.
And we can expect the documentary in
Tomorrow
6 to 12,
afternoon.
6
Yeah,
to 12.
right, yeah, please, yeah.
Yeah,
We're all waiting.
everybody, I mean, documentary takes years sometimes
Not this.
to get together.
Well, I started this a year ago. So it's nearly done. Yeah.
Great. All right, well, thank you all for coming
Thank
out.
you.
Thank you so much for coming. Woo!